We're entering the 7 gates of hell, folks. This is the first gate. These are actually old railroad passes from back in the late 1800s when there was a lot of mining activity. They had to go through the hills and the forest. It's a very heavily forested area. There should be a metal wrought iron gate coming up, but people come out here all the time locally to ghost hunt. See, there's a fenced-in area. Oh, okay, there's a lot of woods. You really can't see it. If we can find an area to park at the wrought iron gates, we'll walk around, but we'll have to get deeper in this place. This is just an urban legend location, and I wanted to come here at night and then come here during the day to kind of do a small story on the place. It's rumored to have hellhounds, apparitions. There was some supposed lynchings by the KKK that transpired. There we go. We can kind of stop here where we can kind of look around, I guess. But you can kind of see it's just each gate symbolizes, like gate 3 and 4 supposedly where lynchings took place, and it's got some interesting ghost stories about. There used to be a summer camp for boys and a children's home back here throughout the 1900s. And I'm going to get my night vision camera. Maybe this one might do. It's pretty bright out here, lots of light. But there used to be a lot of tales exchanged by kids, and then eventually it was passed on from generation to generation. Take some pictures, maybe. This is the second gate, supposedly. I didn't see the wrought iron gates. I may have to come back, as I said, during the day. I have to be careful. There's a lot of traffic here. There's rumors of satanic rituals. Supposedly when the summer camp was back here, a crazy man broke in, killed the children. Then there's another story. It was the principal was harming the children who ran the school. It was a Catholic diocese summer camp and children's home that was back here. Nothing, there's nothing very exciting here, but at least it is a place that we can visit and do a little story on. Ghost or no ghost. It's very spray painted. I mean, a lot of kids from St. Louis and Granite City come up here. This is where my girlfriend had growing up, not too far from here, so it was definitely, she's visiting family, so it was definitely something I could come out and do a little story on. Plus, it's a very woodsy area. There's a lot of woods. The Ozarks meet the edge of St. Louis. A lot of cryptids, mysteries to this region. It's worth coming out here just to do a story, some filming, and see what's what. There's supposedly hellhounds. If you drive through all gates at midnight, supposedly a portal opens up and swallows you, or some other kind of dimension. There's all kinds of different things that we'll talk about tomorrow during the day. I'm almost ready to go. Just about 2 more minutes. I had to get out because I hear a car. I didn't see the wrought iron gates. That's supposed to be, I thought, the first one. You know, the wrought iron where the children's heads were supposedly hung. Yeah, there's supposed to be some wrought iron gates to St. Francis or whatever it was called. There's supposed to be some wrought iron gates to the school. Supposedly, when the children were murdered, their heads were put on the stakes. So I don't know how true that is. It could just be pure spec. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is, but it could be mere speculation from local neighborhood kids. No less, if you explore the woods, you can find some old foundations. This was known as Dodrich Farms. At least today, that's the other name for it besides the 7 gates of hills. So a lot of the area is ranch land. Or there was a ranch that operated when the children's home was also back here. They built a barn, and so it was a pretty, in the mid-1900s and throughout it was a very active area until people began to build some houses out in this creepy area. Next gate should be appearing soon. The first 4 are on Lebanon. Once you leave that, that's it. Of course, the road may not be repaired, but it's a very dark, creepy road. People claim to see apparitions cross, tales of hellhounds, which we're no stranger to. I've done hellhound investigations. Tales of murder, satanic rituals, animals hanging from ropes out here. I mean, I don't doubt it. I'm sure because of all the traffic and kids hanging out, that there are some misfortunes and people who are up to no good. However, when we come during the day, is that a... Whoa. That's not a gate, is it? That's just a wall. Like where a trestle was? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Wow. This is a good area to get a picture, and I don't have to get ran over. Okay. What we're going to do, folks, is I'm going to stir up some activity, because we are here for the ghost. If this place is really haunted, we are in the middle of the woods, and it is pretty creepy back here, but I'm not scared. I think that this is a place that might reveal some EVPs. I don't know why I can't get nothing on my camera. There we go. Now it's showing up. So we're at gate number 4. There's 7 gates in total. But these aren't gates. These are just old railroad trestles, bridges, underpasses that they rip the tracks out. And so people call them gates and make up stories. But there was a farm or a ranch back here. And then after the ranch subsided came the summer home, or actually the children's home. There was a children's home, a summer home, or a summer camp for boys. And then they also took needy families and orphans and housed them on this property. Eventually it was torn down, and they made it into a forest preserve, and that's why it's so woodsy and you hear all the crickets. If anybody is here with me, give me a sign you're here. Please make your presence known. You know what I think? I think we probably should have maybe hit it the other way. I don't know. I still got to find those wrought iron gates. Looks like somebody had a bonfire in here. See, folks, it's all quiet. This is the bridge that people supposedly were hung on, and then bridge number 3 is where the KKK did lynchings. Supposedly, but there's no record proof of it, which tells me that this is just made up to get by other kids, because, you know, stories often have a lot of embellishing when it comes to these places, and more or less people come here to drink, party, smoke a joint, and have sex than they do to, you know, I mean, they create stories and they might hear a bird, like right now I hear a bird and people will be like, that's a ghost in the woods. See, they got it blocked off. You have to go around. See, right there is a fucking gate. They even got it gated on the other end. Slippery ass gravel. I'm just looking. What? Well, look at this, 666. bitch. I see a lot of different writing on here. This tunnel I'll get my werewolf photo with in a bit. So I want to come here everyone at night, and then I'm going to come here during the day, so you get both aspects of how it looks day and night, so you can decide which is more creepy. Is it coming here at night or during the day? I don't think it's creepy at all, but I do think if somebody was back here, like just sitting in the tunnels by themselves, that might be a little bit intimidating, especially since I'm not carrying my firearm. I feel naked, being the wild western man that I am. If anybody is here with us, give us a sign you're here. I would love to get some good ghost activity here. I hear so many things about this place. I just don't believe all the stories. But tomorrow I'm going to get into a very in-depth history. Oh, there's somebody coming. Tomorrow I'm going to get into an in-depth history, everyone, of what this area was used for besides farming. And we'll talk more about the children's home and some of the other urban legends and supposedly paranormal happenings on this. This seems to be the most active part, because not too far from here is where the children's home was. And so when we come back during the day, I'm going to show you guys foundations to where the children's home is. What was that noise? Hello, hello? Hello, hello, are you here? It echoes. That's not paranormal. Let me check out my EMF and just get a reading in here. This is supposed to be the main haunted bridge. Night vision. Here, hit the button. I'm going to step far away. See if it does it with me not near. Nope, that's not me. It only can read my night vision cam to a couple feet, not 15 feet away.
There's a power plant not too far.
Is there power lines above this bridge, maybe? Huh. Could be just power in the area. Have you been out here at night before? Or is this your first time?
I've driven around and never gotten out.
Here's the thing. If this place was haunted per se, when I ask it for a sign or to talk to me, we would have activity. There's nobody here. So my thought is maybe a lot of it's rumors. Although there is some foundations and they are historic back here because I tore the school down. But I mean, it would have been, what's that say? Oh, they give a website. But that would have been like a 100-year-old school. But there, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to mention, everyone. There's a child that drowned back here at the lake near the school. Now the ghost of that child could be haunting this place, but I just don't know. And sorry if the night vision's a little dim. I have an IR light. It's not working again. It's just giving me problems. Sometimes it does it, and I have to recharge it. Maybe the airport security turned it on by accident, so it's no biggie. You guys can still see the walls and the graffiti and get the idea, and tomorrow I'll do daytime footage, and you can kind of see what the bridges look like during the day. It's just a nice little stop down here in Collinsville, Illinois. Southern Illinois is known for its cryptids, monsters, especially the hauntings out here, because this is all slavery and Civil War. It's an abolishment area. And Lincoln, obviously, well, Illinois is the Lincoln state. Alright, let me take some pics. So we're leaving gate 4. You guys can hear the crickets chirping. It's a dark, creepy night. I mean, it's October, but I will say one thing. It's not cold out or anything like that. I'm surprised. A lot of vandalism or graffiti from teenagers. Trees scraped. How can anybody hang anyone from this bridge? There's nothing to hang anyone on. It's got to be the... I love these urban legends. Because I've sat here and I've asked the ghosts to play. I've asked them to come out and nothing. It's quiet as ever. Although I thought I heard something earlier. But it was so minuscule it could have been an echo. We don't ever want to assume it's a ghost. Right? Yes. The hell was that? That was a god-awful sound. A very angry dog. There's supposedly hellhounds. What's that? I've seen that this creature, alien or whatever the fuck it is, multiple times. Here, shine your light on it real quick. Oh, no light. There we go. It says, what's that say? Naughty Ninja Safety Job. More kid stuff. Not too far from here, folks, the Enfield monster was sighted, which attacked a 5-year-old child. There are more monster and cryptid sightings here than anywhere in the Midwest, all the way till you hit the Sierra Nevada mountain range. It's quite phenomenal. If you do your research on this place, you'll be quite amazed by the strange lore. And I mean, if you fly in a plane above the Mississippi, it's all forested and open country land. Therefore, in my belief, these creatures are going to use the river to travel for a few hundred, for 1,000 miles up into Canada, or not. That's kind of creepy. What the fuck is that? Was that there when we came? Looks like a mound of, like, oh, it's a bush. This is Lord Rick of the Paranormal Ghost Society. Check out our website, folks, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. We're working on getting a couple major television contracts so we can bring you guys some ancient historical mysteries that contain paranormal across the globe. I cannot wait. We're just becoming bigger and bigger. Oh, there's a couch. Look at that. Here, turn around. I was gonna have you take a pic of me in this tunnel, but I want to get my bear in case we don't find the other 3 gates. But I think we could if we go around the block and come back down around. You can hit.
I know how to find the other 3.
Do you?
Yeah.
Get out. Awesome. Awesome, baby. So folks, we're back at the vehicle. Like I said, sorry everything's a little dim. We're leaving gate 4 and we're going to go ahead and search for gates 5, 6, and 7 off in the southern Illinois, central to southern Illinois rural region. Oh yeah, this is concrete bridge. Could be acid bridge, I don't know. Interesting. A little creepy. There's just nothing out here now. You can picture Sasquatch just running across the road. You get the skunk ape up in this region. I have a whole list of monsters. The Enfield monster wasn't sighted not too far from here. It attacked a 5-year-old kid. And there's been police reports that reported seeing it, I believe, in 1973, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, but it used to follow the train tracks. Multiple farmers in this area had sightings. Where it went, what it was, we may never know. Or if it still exists in the forest surrounding a country road such as this. Imagine trying to walk this road at night.
No.
I mean, there are some heavy woods. And you wonder why certain cryptids, monsters, undiscovered creatures, and Bigfoot are often seen in a region like this. You could picture something crazy running, you know what I mean, running around back here. That's creepy as fuck. So everyone, so far what I've gathered is that this is not as haunted as people make it out to be. I'm a reasonable guy. I'll tell you if I hear something. I think that the EMF readings could be attributed to the light poles, but when I shine my light up there, when I shine my flashlight, there was no wiring on some of them poles, and I only pick up about 25 feet on light poles, 3 feet on some paranormal equipment. I walked away and Tammy's EMF was going off. I can't, like I said, I can't for sure say it's ghost. I only can observe and tell you what I witnessed, and then you can make the decision. There's a lot of power lines. It's possible it's interference, so I may not be able to take readings, but I did take some EVP. I took a few photos for our night gallery when we put this on the website. We're going to try to find gates 5, 6, 7. I don't know where the metal gate is. It's supposedly at the entrance, so we'll go one last look before we head back to the hotel as well. But this is developed. See the houses? There's people that live out towards this way, even though this is a, see, those are corn stalks on the side of the field. There's a lot of rural ranches out this way, all built within a natural forest preserve, and that's why they leveled the school, so that they could let the forest reclaim the land and build subdivision housing back in this area. So we're taking some creepy country roads in Illinois. I bet you guys never thought we'd be doing that at some point in our paranormal journeys, but we are. I don't think it's haunted. I think it's over-exaggerated, but we'll see. If I get a couple EVPs of some children, I'm going to be like, whoa, wait a second here. It was just Tammy and I out there. I heard what sounded like a pretty mean dog. It was the weirdest snarl. It could have been just someone's dog out back just hearing us walking around, or maybe the Hellhounds legend is true. Right, so you can follow it back around. But there's a road that cuts perpendicular to this that you can cut on the back side of that, and then we can follow it from there. 4 gates are on Lebanon Road. I think 4 are, and then the other 3 are on near Acid Bath, where I guess a couple had died. They were doing acid and crashed and, you know, died from a terrible car wreck from what I've read before we left. A lot of trees, a lot of forests. There are monsters that have been sighted back in here. Like I said, the Mississippi's and Illinois River is in the region. Therefore, you're going to get some strange cryptids you can't explain, like Bigfoot and Momo. And you have a bunch of other little monsters that absolutely make no sense to me, including the panthers. There's supposed to be panthers around here. Very elusive, but sightings do take place. And Tammy's doing the driving, which is nice for a change. I can sit back and try to do some filming, relax. But we're at the 7 gates of hell.
Straight or left? Straight.
I'd say go straight. There's got to be a cut across like Lebanon Road or something up here. It's easy to get lost back in these country roads. I'm sure there's some abandoned farms to check out, but it's too damn dark to see any. Just nothing but empty fields and corn. There's corn and hay fields, dairy farms, you name it. This is the Midwest. The creepy Midwest. Let's leave it at that, the creepy Midwest. We're doing a documentary on this place because I think it's a fun little project. It's not meant to... It's meant to make people think, but to also understand that these places can receive too much attention. Liberty, you could try Liberty, but it's up to you. because they talk about liberty on the directions I have. Sorry. Laura Rick, founder, Paranormal Ghost Society, doing some adventuring. It's a nice night. It's a good night to be out ghost hunting. But I've tried to do everything I can to get the spirits active, and I didn't hear a single thing. The EMF went off. I thought I heard a footstep. I heard some branches break. Could be an animal. I don't ever assume anything. I just tell you what I observe, and you can compare your story with mine. Because I know hundreds of people visit the site per year looking for the gates and see if the urban legend is true. There might be some energy, but we need to find the foundations during the day to the school and boys' summer camp and children's home and possible barn that used to exist back here. Well, I'll tell you what, it's definitely, it's not desolate. I mean, there are houses out here, but these are dark country roads, straight up. Anything could run across the road anytime. When you do studying on the thunderbirds that are known in the area, being so close to Cahokia, the civilization that disappeared, and we don't know why, we can only speculate. This is a strange area. It's ancient Native American grounds for probably, I'd say at least a couple thousand years, at least, when this land when this land was settled, because it was very fertile. You could plant, you could hunt, fish, all that. There's good precipitation here to sustain life, which draws in creatures like Bigfoot and also many Native American cultures, which may have came from Mexico possibly, and many tribes possibly blended. This could have been the main capital for the Incas or the Mayans or Aztecs. Nobody knows. We can only assume, based on the archaeological finds, or speculate what happened and how civilization disappeared near here. We're looking for the other railroad overpasses. This is Troy. It talks about acid. You can take Acid Bridge and go that way. Of course, it's probably not named that, but maybe it's a road, I don't know. Back on the highway, see what we can find. Ooh, that's bright. Deer crossing. Yeah, there are animals out here. On the hunt for the other 3 gates of hell. I haven't gone to hell yet. Creepy country roads. Crescent moon out. A little farmhouse over there. That's creepy. I don't think that's abandoned. It looks like. Yeah, I see other vehicles. Damn. I'd love to do an abandoned farm. I eat that kind of stuff up. Little haunted farms out in the middle of nowhere. Be careful, folks. It's a curvy road. Not as curvy as the High Sierras. But if you're not paying attention, you go off into a cornfield. It may not be a pleasant experience. Let's see what we got up here. Jordan, no outlet. Liberty. Near that Liberty Road intersection's where the schoolhouse was. Or it was, well, people say school, or people say children's home, orphanage. I don't know. Just like the outrageous paranormal stories, there's hellhounds, ghostly heads on stakes, a murderous madman, apparitions. There's an old barn coming up. Can't see it. It's very hard to see. Even these dark country roads are rather interesting to drive because you never know what you might see. A lot of the creature sightings take place when people take these roads at night. Yeah. No matter where you are in the country, every state has a few creepy roads. Roads that you don't want to take at night or deer break down on. Unless you want to become monster fodder. Oh yeah, it's going to take you to Troy and then you can cut down Lebanon Road from Troy. Because it says right there at the edge of Troy is the final gate. And then if we follow that back, we can get to the real long tunnel gate. There's the longest one is the 5th. I'm sure we'll find it, but we gotta, go in a circle is what we're doing. Take it from Troy. Too bad you couldn't type in Acid Bridge on the GPS and just pop up. That'd be great. Make it a little easier. Can't see shit out here at night. Bunch of farmland. Haunted farmland that the natives lived on for thousands of years. Oh yeah, this is concrete bridge. Could be acid bridge, I don't know. Interesting. A little creepy. There's just nothing out here now. You can picture Sasquatch just running across the road. You get the skunk ape up in this region. I have a whole list of monsters. The Enfield monster was sighted not too far from here. Attacked a 5-year-old kid. And there's been police reports that reported seeing it, I believe in 1973, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, but it used to follow the train tracks. Multiple farmers in this area had sightings. Where it went, what it was, we may never know. Or if it still exists in the forest surrounding a country road such as this. Imagine trying to walk this road at night. I mean, there are some heavy woods. And you wonder why certain cryptids, monsters, undiscovered creatures, and Bigfoot are often seen in a region like this. You could picture something crazy running, you know what I mean, running around back here. That's creepy as fuck. We're going to skip around. We're going to go to Gate 7 and 5 and 6 if we can find them. Gate 7 is supposedly, it's coming up. I can see maybe up ahead what looks like the tracks removed. There's, yep. That's got to be it. But this is the gate supposedly that at midnight, if you drive through all the gates and you reach this one, you get sucked into a portal to hell, your vehicle disappears, you disappear. I don't know, I laugh at these little stories, but it's still fun to chase them. And yep, we are at Gate 7. I'm glad we found Gate 7, because it's crucial to find all the gates if we're going to do the 7 gates of hell. And truthfully, it's good for EVPs at night. Yep, cool. Yeah, we found it. I don't know if we can park off to the side and I can get a few pics, because it's not very big. So we have gate to the left. Go to the left.
1201 Bower Road.
See where it's dirt?
Right.
Right there's fine. It's an SUV, remember? Thank God. That's creepy. That's some thick woods. And supposedly this gate is rumored that this is the gate where it's rumored that if you arrive here at midnight after going through all the other 6 gates or under railroad bridges. Got a car coming, I had to run. I don't want to get hit. That there's a portal and that you can get whisked off to hell. Fuck, dude. That dude was speeding. Good thing I got out of the way and hid in the woods. I turned off my light. I hid all up in the brush. There's a friggin' dry creek, or yeah, there's a dry creek back in there. It just goes up into the hills. Very overgrown, very spooky. One more gate to go, and then we're heading home. Or one more gate to go, and then we're heading back to the hotel. There was something moving around in the brush in the woods. There are small animals, there are deer. But there are other cryptids and monsters. This is kind of creepy. I just spotted. Look at that. Got a fucking couple tunnels down there. Look at that. Concrete tunnels, but it's too far of a drop. I'll break my leg. It's like 12 feet down. Alright, let me get a few pics here. Okay, this is pretty creepy, but this is the 7th gate. The area is riddled with vandalism or graffiti, and there is nothing but woods. I mean, who knows what's out there watching me. Tammy parked down the road, so I got to hike on in. No big deal. It's not very far to go. So we're at gate 7. As you can see, I'm doing all the gates at night, and I'll do them during the day too. Sorry about that. I don't want to get hit by a car, so I turned off my lights and got up on the side so I won't blind them or interfere. Some mosquitoes out. It's October. It's very warm and humid here in Illinois. Normally the leaves are changing colors and it's crisp. This is not too far from Acid Bridge, where car accidents have occurred and a couple died who was apparently doing acid and crashed into a wall or went off the bridge. See, this goes back. Taking some EVPs as well. That's a little creepy. Tomorrow I'll get more into the history of the area, and we're going to go ahead and look for some foundations. I have an area we can search to look for the foundations of the school, or at least the boys' summer home. See if we can find maybe remnants of the barn. We'll have to do some looking around. Oh yeah, can't see anything. It's just woods and pastures everywhere. But you get the idea. This is gate number 7. We're going to go to gate 5 and 6. Those have kind of a creepy little story as well. And then we'll finish off our night. We didn't do the gates in order because there's a lot of detours. Some of the roads are out. I'm sure you guys understand. But we're doing them all at night, and we'll do them all during the day. This is one of the more famous haunted places and infamous urban legend locations in southern Illinois. So you can see why I want to do it. Just something fun, just a little project to share with our members and our fans and other people who like to come up here and just party or explore, which is what we're doing tonight. Okay, folks, we're heading to gate 6 and then 5. We'll wrap up our night.
5 and 6.
Is it 5 first? We're heading to gates 5 and 6, or 6 and 5.
They're right next to each other.
They're right next to each other. And the one gate has rumors of a ghostly car. Of course, the way people speed, they're all ghostly cars, because 1 minute you see them and a second later they're gone, because they're rushing through these tunnels, even though they know a lot of teenagers come out here to party, smoke, hang out. You can stand above the tunnels. I'll do that during the day. I'll climb up above them and just get a couple pictures of the dry railroad track bed. It's dry because now it's just dirt. It's actually, it's like a little path through the preserve, like a little nature trail. They take the rails and make trails with them, which is quite worthy to do that, so people can mountain bike. And there's Jordan. I seen that street earlier. But it's creepy out here. You can't see anything 100 feet out. There's woods and more pastures and a couple street lamps on these telephone poles, and that's about it. There's a few ranchers that live out here. Quite a few creepy barns. But I do like doing stuff like this. And we don't go out at night like we used to. We spent 6-7 years going out at night, and now, you know, we just occasionally give our friends.
In 1/2 mile, arrive at 7796 Lebanon Road on the left.
We like to give our friends an occasional bird's eye view of what a place would look like at night and during the day. You have to do both, because everybody says at night this place is only haunted. So you have to do both. You got to kind of show the contrast. That's how I look at it. Contrast with an urban legend spot such as this. So we got uncommon vehicles. When I get to the gates, I'll be filming, and we'll close up the night on a good note. And then we'll talk about the history more in depth when I can get some daytime footage to show you guys how thick the foliage is that grows along the sides of the roads through all these little gates or underneath these railroad passes.
7796 Lebanon Road on the left.
Oh yes, that makes sense. Supposedly near here where we're at is the foundation where the school was. So it's something we'll need to look at during the day. Can't see it at night. Wow. The creepier the better, I say. I'm all about creepy places and doing new things, and we don't just look for ghosts and Bigfoot. We do chase urban legends. Maybe to get a little entertainment out of them, or possibly just to prove that they're not real. Instead of making up stories for no reason whatsoever, they get passed down from each generation of children to the next. Someone's going to end up falling off a bridge or getting hurt out here, so it's kind of important to kind of give people the do's and the don'ts, and what is and what isn't. I think the biggest enemy you'd have to worry about out here is other people driving through the tunnel at 80 miles an hour, drinking and screaming and acting like fools. Some swamp monsters back in this area too. I don't know. A twig with leaves. Jesus Christ, all these fucking cemeteries, man. Is this one even worth checking out? Looks a little creepy and historic. That's like the 3rd or 4th cemetery I've seen. Okay, what is this? Wrong turn? A fucking dead end? There's no way. Oh, it goes around. Jesus. Right?
My house right there. How many people do you think
Almost drive through it?
drove into the house? Yeah.
It's gotta be coming up, man.
Yeah, it's on this road.
They're so close to each other, so it's pretty.
The other one's right around the corner.
And it's pretty cool. You know what? Most people I've read won't come out here at night. There's the one. Most people won't come out here at night. while other people are like, whatever, fuck it. Is this the 5th or 6th?
This is the 5th.
Okay, so these...
6th is right up here.
Alright, we gotta find an area to pull off. Maybe up to the left. Huh. Awesome, I'm glad you found them. I would have never been able to find them. I'm so confused with these country roads back here. Oh yeah. Have to take a quick gander.
There you go, sweet.
Alright, I'll be right here, dear. Quarter on. And this is the 5th gate, right? Okay. We're heading to the 5th gate. I heard the 5th gate is the longest out of all the gates. And then gate 6 has the ghost story. I don't believe that this is... Man, this is creepy shit. It's like a jungle out there or a rainforest. I'm doing EVPs. I don't believe that this is the longest one. Very spooky though. Very spooky, but I gotta get I'm getting pictures of every gate at night, and then I'm getting video of all the gates at night. So I'm getting night vision of all the gates and pictures at night, and then I'm gonna do the same thing during the day when we come back, so you guys get a bird's eye perspective of night or day. What's scarier? What do you guys believe? I don't think it's haunted. I think it's eerie. I think it's spooky, but I don't think. I think there's a lot of exaggeration, but still pretty cool to explore. We used to do, back when I started a Paranormal Ghost Society, we used to consistently do expeditions of haunted bridges, railroad tracks, roads, and this kind of brings me back to the days of old. And here I am still doing it up, but I'm out here by myself because Tammy's keeping the car going just in case there's an issue with one of the locals or drunk partiers who... One guy stalked me 20 times out near a bridge tonight. 20 times back and forth, staring at me and going slow. It was kind of creepy. It was like, what do you want, dude? You know what I'm saying? What do you fucking want? So you gotta watch it, man. People speed, they're drinking. It's not the safest of places to be walking, but definitely a good spot to do some urban exploration and unmask another really infamous urban legend. Some nice tunnels we found. Boy, that's quite the drop, man. Look at that. Definitely can't get down there. I don't mind getting my feet wet, but there is no way down there. And this is right by the 5th bridge. But we're gonna head back. This place is getting fucking creepy, man. I'm not creeped out, but I'll tell you what. It's so overgrown. No one. This is the gate everyone says, oh, I feel watch. Probably because it's very foreboding. It is foreboding. So we're gonna head out of here. These are decent sized railroad bridges. Like I said, back mining in the 1800s had led to the building of such underpassage, trestles, and railroad bridges in the area. And once they cleared out, the tracks were eventually removed. And of course you had a couple ranches and a home, a summer camp for boys, a children's home, also ran by the diocese or Catholic Church. So creepy little area. A lot of stuff, a lot of things are hidden in the forest as well. Who knows, maybe monsters, ghosts, or simply just legends of the mind. I can't film that music. YouTube don't like that. This other bridge should be right up here though. So many railroad bridges back here.
Maybe I'm supposed to turn right. It's left of the paper. Which paper?
We're in Illinois. We're doing a special October 2016 adventure, looking into some southern Illinois cryptids, haunts, and places, ancient sites, and places where there might be a fact or fiction type of urban exploration that's been around for decades, and Hell's Gates, or Gates to Hell, or Devil's Gate, call it whatever you want, or just Dodging Farms area. Or call it the rural region of Troy and Collinsville. There's a fucking car coming, dude. And the story associated with this bridge and gate is that there's a ghostly car that often traverses the tunnel. Before I head out tonight, I just wanted to let our members and viewers be aware of that. I don't know if it's true, but supposedly a couple was in a bad car accident. There's rumors that they were on acid, doing drugs. There's, it alters. I mean, there's like 3 different stories. I don't know if any of them are true, but it is, it is possible. It's a kind of you come around, you come straight down a hill, and then if you have to slow down on oncoming traffic, you might end up swerving, hitting a wall. There's a curve on the other end of the tunnel. Same thing, come around the curve, you might hit a wall, and that's death. The concrete's not going to budge. Basically, you're just going to be thrown out of the car, be crushed to death. So this is one of the more dangerous railroad overpasses in the area. So we're between Collinsville and Troy, Illinois. A forest preserve. It was made into a forest preserve, and we're going to try to find the wrought iron gates. We have to look during the day. That's the entrance to the school. We didn't see them, so like I say, we may have to come back when we can see a little bit better. However, all 7 gates of hell are complete, And I'm going to drink myself a nice pumpkin spice rum. Celebrate at the hotel on a very fun, adventurous exploration on a nice, warm, pleasant October night. So we'll come back in a day or two, and we're going to go ahead and try to look for some strange foundations. We're going to try to look for some historic foundations of the school that was up here and the wrought iron gates. We got a car coming. I got to get out of the tunnel real quick. These people will hit me. No, they turned around and backed up. Okay, we're good. I just want to say goodnight to everybody. Tomorrow we'll definitely come back, and tomorrow or in a day or two we'll come back and we'll finish up the daytime portion of Hell's Gates. Hopefully we'll find the wrought iron gates that led to the school, because that's about all that remains of it besides a few foundations. Have a good night, everyone. Peace out. It's your founder, Lord. I'm gonna get my wolf thing on. I'm gonna get my wolf thing on. I'm gonna get my wolf thing on.